cybersecurity bros. For me, I said basically gave the prompt what I wanted, how I wanted to look. This ain't for the weak, bro. Stop sleeping on jump rope. Top of the morning, check. Top of the morning. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm tired, about to shower, and get ready for this work day. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been a minute, y'all, since I actually talked to y'all, chopped it up with y'all. It is January. I don't even know if it's January 29th, Thursday, and it is currently 9:30. My tea is brewing with my water, so I'm gonna just take y'all with me. So look, I know I've been neglecting y'all. I haven't really been, how I turn this up? I haven't really been active like I want to be. Let me turn some lights on up in here. But we changing it this year. My goal is to kind of just make this channel more personable. I don't want to just be giving y'all roadmaps and how-to videos. Like, I actually want to communicate with y'all, have a relationship with y'all, and not just come on here like once a week, not really like engaging with y'all, really showing like the personable side of me. Because I feel like when we live in this cyberspace, the tech world, everybody kind of just want to show what they doing, show the things that they doing. And honestly, like, ain't nothing wrong with it. Not everybody is on that type of kick. However, I'm trying to be on that type of kick. So this year, I am vowing to be more personal with y'all. I am vowing to show a more personable side of me, because I feel like, you know, as hackers, we don't really do that. We don't really communicate with our audience. And I'm going to be different. I'm different. I like to show my personality. I don't like to just limit myself to one thing or another. So welcome to the year of vlogs. If y'all like vlogs, please let me know in the comment section below, because I really be struggling, because I feel like nobody really be wanting to see this type of content, especially like in the lane I'm in the niche I'm in. But one thing I'm trying to do is stop like caring about what people think, what people do, what people want to see. Like, at the end of the day, like, your audience is gonna find you regardless. So if I make videos on vlogs, and then I make how-to videos, and then I make technical videos, so be it. Like, if that's what I want to do, that's what I want to do. I'm not gonna not make content because of views. At the end of the day, this is my journey. I'm documenting my journey. I'm documenting what I want to do. So at the end of the day, this channel is not about views. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, like, it's nice to have them, but like, the channel really ain't like that for real. So I want to just be more personable with y'all, show like the personable side, and not just like the inner life of a security analyst and what I do in a day. Like, I feel like those are cool, but like sometimes I want to just be a person and like show y'all real personable side of me, because I only feel like I limit it. And like, I'm not gonna show y'all everything that's going in my life, but like, I still want to be able to document some things so I can look back on my channel as well and just be like, dang, I went here, I did this, I did that. And I don't know, I feel like us as cyber people, we don't really be liking to do that type of stuff. So I'm gonna be a little bit different. But right now, we about to make, if I could get this together, we about to make a chai tea latte. I gotta get used to like bringing the camera with me everywhere. But we about to make a chai tea latte. This is my drink right now, y'all. For some reason, I can't knock the feeling of a chai tea. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna just brew it right quick. I got this chai, and I really did this so I could stop spending money at the coffee shop. But I got these chai tea bags from Whole Foods. And basically, my thing with tea bags, though, is they be having, like, microplastics in them. So I be trying to, like, be as healthy as I can. So these are made from, they tell me somewhere. The actual tea bag is made from plant starch. Some of these be made from metal and have, like, microplastics in them. And the inner bag is actually, they say it's from wood pulp, compostable at home or a commercial combo. So this does not have any microplastics in them. So that's all I care about. And it tastes pretty good. So this the tea bag. This is the tea bag for my coffee. If it even want to focus. I guess it don't want to focus, so oh well. But my coffee lovers, I love y'all because I'm really trying to get away from coffee. And that's just because, like, it just don't do my body. It just don't do my body no justice. Like, it's no good for me. Like, it be messing up my digestive system. It be doing, like, a whole bunch of stuff. So as much as I love it, it's not good for my body. So sometimes you gotta listen to your body and just love it the way it needs to be loved on. So while I got this brewing, this is it right here, brewing in the cup. Well, I guess you call it brewing, but that's it in the cup. And then if I have one, I don't think I even have a cup, but I'm gonna get some almond milk out the refrigerator, and I'm going to use a frother, which is how it gets like the little foaminess when you go to the coffee shop. So I'm gonna use a frother to kind of make it foamy. I ain't really got that much milk left, but if y'all like almond milk and y'all want to clean almond milk, Khalifa is the way to go for sure. I'm about to get some more, cause this really is my partner's milk, and I'm drinking it. So gotta get some more. I don't even really have that much milk left, to be honest with you, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. I don't know, like, it's something about having warm tea, like warm cozy tea with a little milk that make it like a tea latte, that just do it for me. Like, I think that's just why I really honestly like coffee. Like, I just like the warmness of it. So like, I'll take this and then but before I actually put it in, I did it backwards. I wanted to put my stuff in here. So what I put in it, I like to put cinnamon. This is not gonna work. I like to put cinnamon and nutmeg. And then for my sweetener, I actually use some maple syrup. It's actually a healthy syrup. Honestly, I just learned that maple syrup is actually one of the best sweeteners for you. Not pancake syrup, maple syrup. So that was good to know, and I like maple syrup, so it was a win-win for me. But excuse me. So let me bring that down here so y'all can see what I'm working with. All right, so this the tea, right? So then what I do is I put a little nutmeg in there. Then we do a little cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I be liking a lot of cinnamon, to be honest with you. And then I put my maple syrup. As much as you want. I like it a little sweet. Then, because I don't have no spoon right now, I'm going to just take my little frother. Mix it up a little bit. Come on, mix it up a little bit. And then we take our milk. Actually, I'm gonna go get a spoon because I don't like the way this is looking. That's better. Then we take our milk. Get our little froth, our little foam. And then this is the best part, because this is what they be doing at the coffee shops. So they'll then sprinkle a little, a little 1-1, a little 2-2, splat, perfect. You can't tell me. You can't tell me this is not coffee shop material. You can't tell me this ain't coffee shop material. Come on, hold up. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. You got the best view y'all could get. You can't tell me this ain't coffee shop material. Come on now, stop playing. Now we gotta do a taste test. Taste test. The real moment of truth is seeing how this tastes. Give me my barista license. ASAP. Pressure. Pressure. Ching. Alright. I do gotta get some more, I actually do need to go to Walmart today. I gotta get some more milk. I don't know. Like, I just been all over the place. Like, I gotta give y'all an update. I gotta get our rundown. But let me get my little self situated real quick. Real quick. Alright, y'all. So, tea time. Literally, tea time. It's been a lot going on. Like, a lot going on. Let me check the ticket queue real quick, because we got some stuff going on. For my people that want to work in the SOC, like, I got some good information for you. Some real good information for you. I have been kind of working with a lot of people lately. Like, once I started doing like the content for Try Hack Me, Evan and Cyber, like, my network has skyrocketed, especially on LinkedIn. people reaching out to do collab videos with me on YouTube. It's really just been a blessing, y'all, for real. And it just goes to show you, like, just documenting your journey, documenting life in general, like, can take you so far. Like, I know I be yapping, but hey, I like to yap and I like to show this side of me. So I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit too much, but it just comes with me for real. But the number one thing, if you want to be a SOC analyst, is I say, be prepared to work in the ticket queue. Like, especially if you're a customer facing company, a lot of your users gonna be coming to you like, is this phishing, sending you phishing emails. You're gonna have a lot of phishing like detection emails, like a lot of phishing detection emails. Like, I'm gonna show you this one, for example, without showing you like the user. But like, basically, this is all my tickets right now. So like, I have a VE2 I gotta do for a vendor evaluation. The document shared with you is probably phishing. Then the secure me is also probably like an encrypted message or a portal that's probably phishing as well. And then the weak changes, that's like terminations and stuff. We gotta like we basically just gotta go through, make sure the users didn't send no personal information to their personal email and stuff like that. But one of the things I do want to say, like, prepare yourself to work in the ticket queue, because a lot of people will come to us and be like, we ticket gurus, which we are. Like, spend your time in the queue pretty much a good portion of the day. But like, the only thing is, like, if you have a lot of alerts, user alerts, there's been like malware detection, or like a user clicked a phishing link, especially depending on your SIM and like how your environment is set up. Like, you may be going through alerts all day, or incident responding, or on wall bridges, depending on like if there was a real severe phishing or data breach. Like, you just never know how your day gonna be. But if you want to be a SOC analyst, be prepared to work in the ticket queue. But if you want to be the best SOC analyst, learn how to correlate logs, learn SQL or KQL, because depending on your environment, you may have to know how to write detection rules, which will set you apart. Like, even if you go on as a junior analyst, like, you probably won't be doing any logs or like threat hunting, but to be able to do that can really help you along the way. It can even help your team, because some people may not even know how to do that. Like, when I first joined, I didn't know how to do that, and really only one person is dedicated to that on my team. But like, I kept asking like, hey, can you teach me or whatever, but we not even get into that because I'll talk about that later. But I just said that to say, like, as a SOC analyst, take advantage of like your team members. If they're willing to help you, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question, and not everybody knows everything. So be the best version you can, learn what you can, take what you can, and that's really all I got to say about that, for real. Let me finish up these tickets. I got like this email right here is, I obviously don't want to show y'all because like it's a real phishing email sent to a user. But long story short, y'all, like, I've been going through it the last month, a little over a month. Right before Christmas, literally that Monday before Christmas, I went and got a root canal done. Basically, I had a root canal done but years ago. Came out here to a new state, went to the dentist. The dentist wanted to send me to the endodontics. Basically, that's the root canal specialist. They told me, oh, whoever did your root canals, they did it wrong. So he like, I gotta treat this one first because this one didn't have a crown. So I got the root canal done right before Christmas. Monday, that's on Monday. Wednesday, Christmas Eve, I felt horrible. Like, my mouth was banging, my face was hurting, like everything was hurting. So I went to urgent care. I'm like, I think the tooth infected with the woo. They're like, the flu going around, you want to get tested? I'm like, nah, I ain't got no flu. Like, you show. The doctor came in, checked the tooth out. Or the tooth not infected. We could test you for the flu. 5 minutes later, I got the flu. So found out I got the flu. So this is Christmas Eve. I'm traveling back home to New Orleans for Christmas. And I basically felt horrible. Horrible. My Try Hack Me Evan the Cyber official video had came out on Christmas Eve. So I couldn't even really promote it and post it how I wanted to because I'm sick as a dog. So the whole Christmas into New Year's, the week after New Year's, I'm still in pain. Like, my mouth was hurting. All my face was throbbing. It was ridiculous all while I'm dealing with the flu. So I'm on flu medication. I'm dealing with the tooth, taking pain meds. I'm out of it, to be honest with you. Like, I was out of it. I was just, like, over life at that point. Still trying to keep up with my day-to-day job. Like, it was a hot mess. So I took off Christmas Eve because we don't get, like, those holidays off. We literally only get the main holidays off. Took off Christmas Eve. We was off Christmas, and then I work that Friday after Christmas as well. Still feeling horrible. So, yeah, this is fishy. They sent a Gmail. They sent a Gmail, like, kind of fake document. Like, I can show y'all because it's not really nothing on here. They sent a Gmail, but, like, on a Proton. So it's not like a Google Doc. Like, these phishing emails sometimes and, like, phishing documents be, like, so dumb. Like, I be like, what do y'all be thinking sometimes? But basically, they have a link in here. I'm using a sandbox to actually check this link. And I actually be wanting to, like, investigate it. Like, I be wanting to see everything that's going on in here. So, I, like, go the whole 9 yards of, like, entering a fake credential, like, and I, like, put some stupid stuff in the password section just to see, like, what happened after the fact. Like, I'm just curious like that. But sometimes I just be like, you dummy, you fix your phishing email, whatever the case may be. Like, see, like, now it took me to a Gmail page, right? But the link is, like, not Google or Gmail. Like, it's datedruciamine.id. Like, if you gonna go to the whole extent of, like, creating a whole fake login page, at least make it look legit. I would have did like Gmail, but, like, with an N instead of M. Gmail.com. Like, you come on, bro. Like, it'd be the stupidest stuff. Like, and then I'm gonna go to the extent of, like, entering the email, entering the password, and then, like, trying to see what happened with it, because I just be wanting to know. So I'm gonna say fake123@gmail.com, and let's see. That's my email. And then it kicked me out. Cause it'd be like sometimes they'll have detection on sandboxes, so it just be like that. So I'm gonna fill out this phishing report, block this email, and then we're gonna go about our day. We ain't really got too much going on. It's still morning time. But back to the story. It was like the worst 2-3 weeks of my life. So when I got back to Georgia, the dentist office still closed, so I still really couldn't do much of anything with regards to tooth. Went back the week after New Year's. So that week after New Year's, yeah. The week after New Year's, I'm like, look, my tooth is hurting. So they gave me some antibiotics, which I feel like they should have did when they first gave me the root canal. But I digress. Gave me the antibiotics by day 3 or 4 or 5, somewhere along that day. The pain was gone. They like, look, we're going to have to retreat it. So 2 weeks later, which was yesterday, I go back to the dentist, get a root canal. They tell me, oh, the root canal, the tooth is still draining, it's infected. It wasn't like that before. So I'm like, okay, so what you mean? So they basically medicated, like, my canals, because apparently when you get a root canal, your the canals in your actual tooth have to be dry. Like, they dry that out in order to fill it. Well, because mine was draining and it couldn't dry out, it was basically infected. It kept draining out, I guess, the infection or pus, whatever he said. So they filled it with medication. They sealed it up for, like, a temporary seal. I'm about to get back on antibiotics, and then I have to go back a month later for them to hopefully the infection is gone and I can finish up the root canal. It has been a hell of a month, y'all. A hell of a month. But we got some good news. I did accept the new position, which I will talk about probably in a later video, because I haven't at this date, at the time I'm recording this video, I have not even notified my employer yet that I will be leaving. So it's currently January 29th. My first effective date of duty on my new position is February 23rd. I'm going home for Mardi Gras, so I gotta have a ball, and then that next week after Mardi Gras, I start my new job, which I'm excited for. Like, it's a different role. I'm not really on the technical side. I'm not in the SOC or anything like that. I'm basically like an auditor. Like, I'm the person that we be afraid of on the SOC side. So like, not really quite like an auditor, but like I'm just assessing. I'll be assessing companies, basically security policies, procedures, and things like that, just to ensure like what you say you're doing, your policies that you provide, and you actually saying that you're doing that, because it is basically a government position. And with government positions, especially contractors, they have their own set of assessment when it comes to cybersecurity. So that was some good news. And I also will be on a few YouTubers channel as well, which is also some good news. So in spite of all the bad, came some good. My mouth still is hurting. I got the root canal yesterday. Well, the half partial root canal. But all in all, it's nowhere near how it was before, which is good. I got to go pick up my antibiotics. And then I got some editing to do. I got X to be an editor for this production company in New Orleans. And I also got an editor for some of my YouTube videos as well. So, like, it's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of yapping I'm going to be doing. But, hey, if y'all want to listen to me yap and see my life, so be it. I ain't mad at it. So, let me actually get some work done. I am going to get these tickets done, fill out this fishing form, and then I'm going to shut up and stop talking. One of the most things that frustrate me the most working in the SOC is people will send tickets that are obviously safe. It's from people within the organization. But when it's from a suspicious looking email, malicious looking email, they won't send it, first of all. And then they'll click the links and still don't send it to us after they know that it was a phishing email. That is one of the things that works my nerves. Like, you send all these emails that are 100% legit, but you clicking on actual malicious emails. It makes no sense to me. Like, no sense. Don't have any approvals needed, and this is scheduled out for tomorrow starting at 5 p.m. It's for Azure management groups, and looks like they started on the 27th, so today will be the last day they kind of implemented. All right, so this will be a normal change type, and this will be a moderate priority with a low risk and low impact, and they will be upgrading our Rubik clusters. Does anyone have any comments, questions, concerns? And I will give you all some time back, and hope y'all have a good rest of your day. All right, y'all, we are basically waiting for lunch. I'm actually going to get ramen for lunch today, and I got some time to waste. So I'm going to answer some questions I actually seen on previous videos that I didn't necessarily get to answer. And I kind of want to do this a little more, like answer questions in videos. So any questions y'all may have about anything, let me know in the comment section below. Drop them in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them in the next video, or just comment on the video. So we have a comment from Game89B9H. How did you get that job? It was on one of my other vlogs about day in the life as a cybersecurity analyst. How did I get this job? I actually talk about this in a different video, but long story short, I was working for this company that I'm still currently at in help desk. While I was in the support team in help desk, I was studying to get my master's. Outside of studying, I also was doing CTFs, hands-on lab, home labs. So I was still getting some form of hands-on learning while I was getting technical textbook knowledge. And also while I was on the support team, I also spoke to my supervisor and said, hey, look, I want to grow in my career. Cybersecurity is what I want to do. If there's any way I can work with the security team here, shadow the team, whatever you could do, basically to make it happen, let's do it. Excuse me. So about a week later, he came back to me and said, hey, look, I talked to the security supervisor. He said you can shadow someone for 3 hours a week. So on Fridays, I shadowed Jordan. Shout out to Jordan. I shadowed Jordan for 3 hours on Friday, every Friday. And basically, if there was a security ticket, like is this phishing or is this safe? Because at that point I was shadowing, I had access to certain things, not everything, but I had access to certain things on a need to know basis. I was able to tackle those things. You know, on the support team, you also had access to like our email security application. Just in case a user needed help saying I didn't get this email, we will be able to go into that software, see if the email was rejected, held for spam, or whatever the case may be. So I had access to that. So tickets like, you know, is this phishing? I would actually get that hands-on experience from the support side as well while I was actually shadowing the security team. So through that, just shadowing and having like the little one-off tickets here and there, I actually got basically I was doing SOC duties or junior SOC duties while I was still on the support team. So during this time, probably about 5 or 6 months, I'm shadowing. I'm also getting my degree in cybersecurity. So literally the weekend before I graduated, I told my supervisor, look, you know, I'm graduating, whatever, I'm going to be out of town, I'll be out of PTO. I assume that my supervisor told that to the VP of security, and he basically reached out to me that same day before I went on PTO and say, hey, look, are you interested in coming over to the security team as a SOC analyst? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you know, the team loves you. You've been shadowing us for 3 or 4 months now. I think, you know, you're ready to do the job. And I was like, come on, let's do it. So I graduated, went up to Chicago, went to my graduation. And that next Monday, I started as a SOC analyst. So I kind of got lucky in a sense because I didn't have to interview for the job. I didn't have to apply for the job. And that just goes to show you there's different ways to get into this field. You can work your way up through the support desk and kind of get in where you fit in, network, work your way up and shadow somebody, or you will have to go, you know, the other route where you have to apply, or if you know people, they can refer you to a job as well. So long story short, that's how I got the job. I got a comment from Alanguju Anuki. I hope I did not say that wrong, but I probably did. But it says, hi bitches, I came across your channel today and it's been so helpful. I'm starting out in cybersecurity and I don't know if you have a community where I could connect and ask questions. I would appreciate it. Thank you. I do have a Discord channel. It is in my bio as well. It'll be in the description below. But you can also ask questions here as well on the channel for any time you have questions on a specific thing I'm talking about in the video. Or if you just have a general question, feel free to hit up the Discord. And there's a lot of people in that group that are also starting out as well. So no, you're not alone to start your journey as well. So congratulations on starting your journey into cybersecurity. It's a very rewarding field if you know how to tackle it and approach it the correct way. I have another comment from Tabuki Ezekiel. And it basically asks, where exactly do I learn these from? So this is a short I did on learning to code. So if y'all don't know, I'm learning to code using JavaScript. Basically just because I want to not only build web applications to help myself, but I also want to be able to get into bug bounties. And if you don't know, bug bounties are usually web applications. You're finding bugs on the web. And most of web applications are written in JavaScript. So I am taking the approach of, like, I always preach fundamentals. So I wanted to learn the fundamentals first, which was learning JavaScript. I already kind of understood HTML, HTTP, all that stuff, GET, POST requests, and stuff like that. But I didn't know how to read any JavaScript. I know Python, so learning JavaScript is kind of like the same thing, just a different language. But basically, I'm learning on Code Academy, Free Code Camp, while also using some AI resources as well, like ChatGPT. I'm trying to get into Warp. I see that's a new thing. I'm not really big on AI, but I know that basically AI is the next big thing, so you kind of have to embrace it and not use it as a crutch, but use it as a resource or like an assistant. So I'm trying to get into Warp as well, as far as helping me build certain tools and build things. But yeah, that's what I'm learning from. And as far as like the vulnerabilities, I already knew these vulnerabilities because I pretty much keep up with the OWASP top 10 web vulnerabilities. So I know how certain vulnerabilities look on paper. I just don't really know how they look in code, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm learning to code, so I can know how to spot certain vulnerabilities within a code or within a web application. And then this one was an interesting one. This wasn't a question. It was a comment that somebody made, and I want to talk about it and kind of hear what y'all think about it too. Somebody said, cybersecurity is a dead field, except for the few firms that have years of experience and dozens of highly trained people. Why one reason AI, they are laying off hundreds of highly skilled coders who have way more knowledge and experience than you. If you are new to cybersecurity, you have zero chances of landing a job. Do not listen to any influencer telling you will be able to get a job in cybersecurity, but it will be hard. No, you will not. But don't take my word for it. Go do interviews with people who hire cybersecurity. They will tell you the truth. Talk with other IT professionals before you waste your time in a career that is dead. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but would you want to waste years of learning a field that has already been taken over by AI? This was interesting. Real interesting, because some of the things he said was kind of like a Debbie Downer. Cool, you'll have people like that, but I don't think cybersecurity will be taken over by AI. I feel like it will be implemented into cybersecurity tools to help with those redundant things like alerts and triaging and false positives and working through those things. I think AI can help and replace there. So maybe like some of the junior analyst roles, but I don't think AI will take over any cybersecurity role. One, because it's not 100% reliable. So AI can have a lot of false positives, which is not really 100% reliable, and that goes for anything. Also, there is a chance of landing jobs in cybersecurity. If people are hiring every day, I do believe that there is really no such thing as entry-level cybersecurity roles, because you want somebody that's entry-level, but you also want them to have years of experience and certain certifications. So I do agree with that part of, like, it's hard to get in. I won't say you will not get in, because, like, who are you to tell somebody that you are not going to do something? If you put your mind to something and you work for it, you're going to get it regardless. It don't matter what field it is. So there will be people in the field that tell you, like, it's hard, like, don't waste your time, stuff like that. And at the end of the day, if you look, there's hundreds of jobs about cybersecurity. The difference is it is hard to get in because of the new requirements that they have. They want people to have so many skills for one job title. You want me to be able to code. You want me to be able to automate. You want me to be able to understand web vulnerabilities. You want me to be able to stand alert and triage. You want me to be able to do all these things for one role that's a SOC analyst, and you only want to pay somebody $80,000. So I just want to address that comment. I thought the comment was interesting basically by saying, like, AI is going to take over cybersecurity. It's not. Like, you need humans in those seats for certain things to be able to tackle 100%. AI will not be able to detect and triage. Now you can train AI to look for certain anomalies. You can do that, but AI will not replace cybersecurity roles. I strongly believe it don't. But hey, I'm just one person. 10 years from now, it may be a different story. But like right now where it stands, AI is being used as a resource tool to help automate certain tasks. It's used to help teams, not replace people. But okay, y'all, that's all the questions I got and comments I got for today. Again, if y'all are into this, if y'all like me answering questions, if y'all have questions y'all want me to talk about in the next video, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'm going to give me some food. I ain't taking y'all with me because I just wanted to have it by myself, and I'll see y'all back at the crib. My favorite time of the day, the evening block. This block is when I kind of focus on my personal goals. A lot of people try to consume themselves so much in their day-to-day work without really realizing that it's much more to life than just work. Working in a SOC can be overwhelming sometimes. You could have alert fatigue, you feel tired, you feel repetitive, and you lose track of the things that you really want to enjoy to do. So that for me is being creative, making videos, taking time to do new things when I'm not in a meeting or I'm not consumed in things that I have to do for work or tasks. So I say that to say, if you want to do something, expand on something, don't allow your work day or your 9 to 5 or even some people to get in the way of enjoying life, enjoying the things that you love to do. Because at the end of the day, if you're not satisfied in life, a job can only do so much for you. Alright, y'all, so I have been learning to code using JavaScript, and reason why I chose JavaScript is because I already know Python, but with bug bounties, it's more specific to like bugs on web applications, and web apps are usually built using JavaScript. So it's been an interesting journey. I've probably been learning for about 3 weeks now. If y'all watch my shorts, y'all have been seeing a few of the videos that I've been making when it comes to me learning JavaScript. But I have made my first project. I mean, it ain't nothing special, but like I really truly understand like how things are kind of compiled together. Like I learned HTML early on, I learned CSS early on, but to know like how all of those are intertwined into each other, like you have to call the HTML script to a certain thing, you have to call that the CSS, Jesus Lord, the CSS script to your HTML, and then you have to call the JavaScript to that as well. Like it's so mind-blowing to me, but it makes sense now. So let me show y'all what I've been working on. Let me show y'all what I made, and let me show y'all how I've been basically learning this and how I plan to move forward. Let's go. Okay, y'all, so I have basically been learning how to basically code through JavaScript on Code Academy. Most people, I've heard they say they don't like Code Academy, but when I first learned Python, I learned on Code Academy, so I just went back to what I basically knew. You still get a lab environment, you still get hands-on. Some things are paid, but I'm using the free resources, and then everything else I kind of go to free code camp and do. So far, I mean, and some of these things I kind of is just transferable skills from Python. So like if statements or conditions per se, I already kind of knew those a little bit. So I mean, I'm still early in my learning, but I've been able to code out something. So far I have only got to conditionals. I learned variables, functions. What else did I learn? I think that's it. Variables, functions, and conditionals. And from what I learned so far, I have generated a password strength checker. Now, this is not something that's special, but it was my first project, so it was special to me. So what I did was I basically made sections on everything that I wanted to accomplish. So the first thing I wanted to be able to was to grab elements from the HTML. So this is my HTML script. I honestly didn't even, I'll be honest with y'all, I didn't even code this HTML part out. I kind of just used ChatGPT to kind of help. Well, I actually use Claude Code to help me kind of write the HTML out. Because I know how to read HTML, I basically checked what Claude produced for me, and then I kind of made adjustments and made things to kind of tweak it a little bit to how I want it. And that's one of the things I recommend. Even if you want to learn how to code, don't rely 100% on AI. AI is not 100% on anything, and I feel like that'll hinder people that, whether you're coding or not, with this whole new vibe coding thing, it'll hinder developers, it'll hinder people that's learning to code, because they'll rely so much on AI without even having the ability or even the knowledge to be able to double check what AI produce. Yeah, sure, AI can be your code reviewer or whatever you want to call it, or even develop certain tools for you. But when it comes to bugs that may appear or things that may not work properly, that's when you have to know how to code, or at least read the code to be able to debug it. And that's one of the things I'll do. Like, if I do go into Claude Code, I will then ask it, why did you create this, or why did you add this particular function or this button, just because I want to be able to understand why. So if there is a thing or is a script or a line that it wrote or produced that I might have not did or didn't know how to do, I'll then ask it to explain it to me, so now I know for future references how to do it, what to look out for, and things like that. So you have to be able to use AI as a resource, because it is a good resource. It can help you in multiple ways, but you don't want to rely 100% on it. So the HTML, I kind of just had it do that for me. I basically gave it a prompt, what I wanted, how I wanted to look, and it gave me this HTML. I did tweak some certain parameters because I wanted it to say specific things. But that's basically it for the HTML. And same for CSS. I had Claude do that for me. Basically said, this is how I want it. I want it to be in this box. I want it to have a bubble so it has like the password, and certain simple things like that you could technically use AI for, because the simple things are not really, are time consuming sometimes. So I want to grab elements from the HTML, and then I want to listen for typing in password box. Then I want it to detect, hide, and show the toggle click. So basically when I click, when you have a password, actually I'll just show you. So let me go here and go to my HTML so I can show live server. Okay, so this is basically what the toggle is. So when I click on it, show and click, it'll basically toggle show and click. So if there's something typed, I can do show, and then this will be how I toggle between show and hide. Cool. And then for analyzing input, same goes. This basically is saying I'm adding this script. So when I enter anything in here, I'm telling it to analyze my submission. So from analyzing the submission, then it'll better tell me, if you notice the line, this is basically my meter checker. So I'm just typing gibberish. As I type gibberish, it'll move that meter line up to tell me what my score is and my secure score, and it'll tell me what my strength is. I do want to actually add something where I can, as I'm going through my password strength, I can have this glow up and say, like, you've reached your 12 character mark, you've reached your uppercase and lowercase. Kind of like when you actually are creating a password on a website, every time you reach a certain parameter, it'll give a checkbox. I haven't added that yet, but I do want to add that. I don't even know if I want to make this a real thing, but it was just a project I had in mind. So that kind of explains how the analyze the input works. And then I did have an add something logic here. I don't know why it's still there, but now these are basically my functions. So I basically have rules that I have put into place. So I have this is going to be rule number 1, which would be my password length. Then I have rule number 2, is just kind of ensuring that I have uppercase and lowercase, kind of like, you know, each section is my rules basically. Then we have, it needs to contain a number. Rule 3, contain a number. And then we have, needs to at least contain one symbol, and that's my rule to create or have that one symbol. Then updating the UI basically just is pretty much straightforward. So this is where it's going to update in real time. So as I'm typing something in, see how that meter popped up? It updated in real time. Same as with the strength. So as I continue to type something, it'll update in real time. That's all the update UI is. And as you can see, I have my score. It goes up to 4. So whatever number out of 4. And then I have each text content or each condition per se. So if it is less than or equal to 1, then it'll be considered weak. If it's 2, if the score is 2 out of 4, then it's okay. If the score is 3 out of 4, then it's good. And if the score is 4 out of 4, then that's going to be considered a strong password. Same with the toggle password visibility. It's kind of just an extra thing to make sure I had it working. But that's pretty much it, y'all. Like, I'm pretty proud of this because this was really like my first ever scripted out web application per se, where I actually literally had a HTML and CSS on top of a JavaScript. So basically how I did it, and I had to learn this because when I first was trying to get the application to work, I was doing the live server, right? So in my password strength folder, you basically have to have all your content in one folder. First of all, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I was trying to figure out for the longest, how do I get it to show up and how did I get it to update? I didn't know. So I had to learn how to call specific things. So like if you see in my HTML script, I had to call my CSS script to be able to style the actual HTML, or it would have no style to it. Same as the JavaScript. I had to basically call my JavaScript script. But because I didn't name this at the time, it wasn't named .js. It was just basically like a normal file. So when I went to go to the HTML, I'm clicking, I'm doing everything, I'm clicking, but nothing was updating on the UI. Nothing was working as far as my buttons. And all because I didn't have the actual JavaScript file named a JavaScript file. Sometimes it be the simplest things. Like, I give my kudos and I give my props to developers because them syntax really be a pain sometimes. But basically you put everything, all your elements in a folder, right? So whatever project you're working on, you have HTML, you have CSS, and then you have whatever your programming script will be for whatever you developing. All that goes into one folder, and that's how you kind of keep it together. So you have your HTML, which is your structure. You have your CSS, which is your style, and then you have your actual script. So that was a fun little project. Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I don't know, y'all. It's very simple. It's very beginner-ish. But I personally enjoyed it, and that was my first coding project. So I say that to say, I'm learning JavaScript to be able to read it, but I also can use it to build my own web applications. And in a sense, because I already know Python for automation and stuff like that, one day, who knows, I may have like a web application for bug bounties one day. But I just want to be able to understand it, especially knowing how some client server vulnerabilities come about. I can see that, and I can learn that by learning JavaScript, and then eventually I'll get to the back end or the server side of JavaScript as well, which then will allow me to be able to understand and be able to see or even replicate server side vulnerabilities. So if you're out there trying to learn bug bounties or interested in learning bug bounties, I personally would say learn JavaScript first, just because that's the foundation. But that's not everybody go to, you know, so to each his own. But I just kind of wanted to share that with y'all. So yeah, hopefully by May or June I might have found my first bug. Who knows? But I just want to document this journey, and I appreciate y'all if y'all stuck along this long to see that.